Hello, hello, good morning. If you're watching this part of the video, you're watching the replay. Make sure to use hashtag replay so I can thank you so much for watching. If you want to be notified anytime I go live, all you have to do, press down on my face, hit follow, ring the bell. If another presenter shared this video with you, please make sure you go back and you shop with her. For those of you new here, welcome. My name is Katie. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I work full time. I love makeup and skincare, and I truly believe every single woman wants to look and feel her best and have the tools and the resources to help you get there. And I got a request, total request live, to share some different ways to use the eyeshadow stick in Deliberate. So I'm going to share that with you today. And before I apply any of my makeup products, the first things that I do is I always apply my primers. So I put on my Moodstruck eye primer. That's great at really allowing those pigments to pop, prevent them from creasing, help hold them in place all day long. I highly recommend that you get the eye primer. It is part of this month's special. It's your choice. Any 2 eye products for 15% savings, 3 or more for 20% savings. Again, the eye primer is included. That needs to be a must-have product that you get as part of this month's special. I also put on my Mattifying face primer. This is great at really allowing that foundation to sit well on the skin all day long. It helps fill in fine lines and wrinkles. It also helps minimize the appearance of pores and gives you a little bit more of a matte finish. All right. So ideally, you want to let that primer set for about 5 minutes or so. I was talking about this in my video the other day. The eyeshadow sticks, really, especially this one here, Deliberate, you can use it for a lot of different purposes and a lot of different ways. And the request was, can you show how that looks? What those ways that you're talking about? Let's see what they are. All right. So the first thing is you can use this as a concealer. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit here on the inner part of the eye, not a whole lot, and then a little bit here on the outer part of the eye. All right, I'm not going to fill in here. I'm just going to focus it right here in these 2 areas. And then you can take a sponge. I'm going to just take my kabuki brush and I'm going to kind of lightly blend that out. But what this is going to do, it's going to really help brighten up the eye. And you want to blend it while it is still kind of moist and it hasn't dried down. All right. But you can see, look at the difference. Like, isn't that insane? Just that little bit, how it really helps to brighten up the eye. Craziness, right? Absolute craziness. All right. So you just take a little bit in the outer corner, a little bit in the inner corner. All right. The other thing, I'm going to just stay focused on this eye as well here. You can take this completely on the lid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on the lid. And then I'm going to just take, I was going to use my fluffy crease brush, but I'm going to just use my finger to show you that technique as well. You can use your finger to blend these out. What this is going to do, it's going to help balance out the tone of the lid. But if you wanted to go in with a pigment that maybe is typically a little bit darker and you want to lighten it up, this is a great way to do that as well, is to kind of have the white on the lid. But you can see when you balance out the tone of the lid, it's going to just brighten up the overall eye. It's also going to give you a more youthful appearance. All right, so do you see the difference there? Look at that. Just really helps to brighten up the eye. The other thing that you can do is you can take this right along the brow bone. All right. So again, you want to blend that out right away. This is going to lift the brow up. Make it look like that you've had an eye lift when you haven't. All right. Look at that. Fabulous. You can really kind of use it. One of my favorite ways is in the inner corner. All right. Now, I would not put Deliberate all over the eye like this. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow here so you can kind of see what I mean, where it kind of helps lighten it up. I'm going to go in here with this green. All right. This green color here. I'm kind of wearing green on my shirt. I'm going to just take that. I'm going to press that onto the lid. And you can see it's going to just completely transform that green. It's normally a lot darker, but because I put that white on the lid first, it's really brightened it up. All right. So it's a great way to transform any of your eyeshadow. All right. So if you feel like something is maybe a little bit too dark, you can always go in, put a little bit of that Deliberate on top. I'm going to take this fluffy crease brush that has a little bit of brown on it from yesterday and kind of just blend that out. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous eye makeup look I just created. Super quick and easy. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I love it. I'm here for it. All right. So those are kind of some of the different ways that you can use the Deliberate. Let me go in on the other side. Now that you've seen it once, I'm going to go a little bit faster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the inner corner first. I could tell it was starting to harden and dry a little bit. These are smudge proof. It's not going to go anywhere. All right, so once you put it on, you want to blend it out right away. If you don't do that, then you're going to have a line on your face the whole day, unless you use makeup remover and take it off. Soap and water is going to have it come off slowly but surely. These really do stay in place like all day long, you all. All right, so again, I'm going to just take that on the lid like that. I'm going to use my kabuki brush because I have it here. I'm going to just kind of blend that out on the lid. Just like that. Then I'm going to go here along the brow. I'm going to use my other ring finger. Ring fingers apply the least amount of pressure, so that's why a lot of times you'll see me use the ring finger and then there in the inner corner. Really helps brighten up that eye. All right, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take, this is the Moodstruck Addiction Shadow Palette number 10. This is also on special. And I'm using this green color here. It's called Busy. I'm going to take that. I'm going to just press that onto the lid. So again, it's really kind of lightening that up. That can be a very dark green. Not always everyone's cup of tea. I'm going to take that blending brush and blend that out, focusing on the outer corner because that's why I have that brown on there. And creating just a really pretty eye makeup look. Look at that. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is because I did use that stick underneath the eyes, when I apply any kind of foundation, I'm not going to put a ton of product right underneath the eyes. I'm going to focus it kind of on the rest of the face. If you do start kind of bunching a bunch of product in an area, especially where you have fine lines and wrinkles, sometimes what happens is it can get a little bit cakey. So I suggest, if anything, that you set it very quickly before you apply any other makeup with your Prime and Set Mist to really help hold that in place and keep it from bunching up. All right. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dust a little bit of powder on my face today. So there you have it. If you have any questions about how to use the eyeshadow stick in Deliberate, please do not hesitate to ask. Again, I find it to be one of your must-have sticks that you need in your makeup bag. Oh, let me show you one more way. I completely forgot about this. You can take it along the lower lash line, like in the waterline, to really kind of brighten it up. All right, let me dust that powder on real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let me get my mirror. Ooh, I need to back it up a little. There we go. All right, so I'm going to just take that. I'm going to take it right along the lower lash line, really, really close to that lash line. I don't want to drag it too far down, and I also don't want to put too much. All right, and then I'm going to just take that crease brush. Let me kind of wipe that off. Kind of smoke that out a little bit. But this is also going to really help brighten up the eye. All right. You have to be careful because you don't want it to get cakey. I did that the other day where I kind of put a glob on and it was really, really cakey. So just less is more. All right. Look at that. Now my eyes are really nice and bright. All right. I hope you all have a fabulous day. If you have any questions or if there's any kind of looks you want to see, please make sure that you let me know that in the comments below. Again, this is part of this month's special. It's your choice. Any 2 eye products for 15% savings, 3 or more for 20% savings. Have a wonderful